In 1940, France possessed one of the largest and most sophisticated armies in the world. Nearly 5 million soldiers had been mobilized. The French army operated thousands of tanks, extensive artillery formations, and a vast defensive network. On paper, it was a modern military force built to prevent another catastrophe like the First World War. French military planning was shaped by experience, not imagination. Doctrine emphasized defense, preparation, and control. The Maginot Line symbolized this confidence, a belief that fortifications and planning could slow any enemy long enough for measured response. The system assumed time would always be available. On May 10, 1940, German forces invaded Western Europe. The main attack moved through Belgium and the Netherlands, mirroring the pattern of 1914. French and British forces advanced north, convinced they were responding correctly. The war appeared familiar, predictable. At the same time, German armored divisions moved through the Ardennes forest. French command believed the terrain was unsuitable for large-scale tank operations. This assumption delayed response. What was considered a natural barrier became a corridor, not because it was weak, but because it was underestimated. Between May 12 and May 15, German forces crossed the Meuse River near Sedan. The breakthrough took 3 days. French defenses collapsed under concentrated air attack and rapid maneuver. The breach was narrow but decisive, not because of its size, but because it went uncontained. French high command struggled to interpret events unfolding faster than their decision cycle. Reports contradicted each other. Orders were delayed, revised, or rendered irrelevant before they arrived. The system did not collapse from lack of strength. It collapsed from delayed comprehension. Telephone lines were cut. Radio communication was limited by doctrine and habit. Headquarters relied on outdated maps and incomplete reports. By the time commands reached the front, the situation had already changed. Control dissolved faster than resistance. On the ground, many French units continued to fight effectively. Soldiers defended positions, counterattacked, and followed orders. They were often unaware that German forces had already moved behind them. These units were not defeated in battle, they were bypassed by events they could not see. As German forces reached the Channel, Allied formations were cut off. Millions of civilians fled south. Roads filled with refugees, abandoned equipment, and retreating units. The collapse did not happen everywhere at once. It unraveled, unevenly, relentlessly. Large parts of the French army remained physically intact. There was no final decisive battle. Entire formations surrendered with weapons undamaged and units still organized. By the end of the campaign, approximately 1.9 million French soldiers were taken prisoner. Paris fell on June 14. An armistice was signed on June 22. From invasion to collapse, the campaign lasted 6 weeks. One of the most powerful armies in Europe ceased to function, not because it was destroyed, but because it could no longer coordinate itself. The fastest collapse of a modern army was not caused by inferior weapons or lack of courage. It was caused by speed. The system failed to adapt faster than the enemy advanced. At this extreme, victory was achieved not through annihilation, but by outpacing decision itself.